Real quick, before we begin talking about today's episode of Tmnt 2003, I want to go ahead and announce the winner of this week's Tmnt drawing. After putting all of your names in a raffle for the people that put in all of the keywords from last week's recap, the winner that was randomly generated is right here on the screen now. Be sure to email me at geeklydraws@gmail.com or hit me up on Instagram or however you want to reach out to me, and we'll discuss what I'll be drawing for you. And if you want your chance to win your very own custom TMNT drawing from me for absolutely free, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a video that I post, leave a like, and watch the video to the end so you can comment every single keyword required to win this drawing. So I got another iconic one for you today. We're talking about Meet Casey Jones. Everybody's seen Meet Casey Jones, just like everybody's seen the first episode of TMNT 2003. I mean, okay, of course, I don't have a lot to say again about this episode, but we're still going to dive in and talk about the significance of the episode, talk about all the characters that were introduced, some of the character relationships and motivations and traits that were very much cemented within the 2003 show, starting with this episode, and we got to see blossom forward as the series progressed. I gotta say, I think this is the episode that plays out beat for beat in a way that I could just cite in 2 seconds. Like, it's just one that I've seen so many times. I think this might quite possibly be the TMNT story that I've seen on repeat a lot, even seeing it in different interpretations, whether how they were introduced to each other. Speaking of Raphael and Casey, by the way, seeing how they were introduced to each other in the 90s movie and the original comic and the 2003 show, the 2012 show, they very much follow the same formula with a few tweaks and twists on its head in order to fit that specific TMNT universe, kind of to interpret a classic Turtles story with a new breath of life into it. And this one is one of my favorites because it sticks true to the original story while also making sure that the DNA of the 2003 show is not lost. Raph and Casey's first encounter, Casey's being a little on edge, with his vigilante work, and Raphael sees this and he has to step in and intervene. And I think this is a very good character moment for Raphael because we get to see the hothead of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles speak to another hothead. He kind of sees himself in Casey, it's like a reflection of himself. He's kind of seeing from the other side of the window what the Turtles look at him as sometimes when he gets a little on edge, when he kind of takes things a little too far. He gets to sit in the seat of Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Donatello and see what they see when he kind of goes off the rails sometimes. And it kind of puts into perspective how he needs to shift his focus on calming down, keeping a level head. Even if he is a bit more short-tempered, he can keep it in some form of control, Because this dude, Raphael, he's been known to box, bro. And of course, you're Ninja Turtles. You have to know how to box, but he can go a little crazy with it sometimes. So my boy, Raphael, he definitely learned wisdom in this episode, to say the least. But yeah, as I said, he definitely saw a reflection of himself. He was already kind of remorseful. I wouldn't even say kind of. He was very regretful for what happened back at home when he kind of went off the deep end during training and he took it a little too far. So, he definitely dug into himself and he was like, man, what am I doing? Even so much he went out and screamed, what is wrong with me? Like, this dude, Raphael, he's very passionate in every emotion, anger, regret, sadness. So, this very much encompassed that in his character to establish that. And we got to see that moving forward in the series. It didn't just add a character trait to Raphael and forget it 3 episodes later. Those character lessons and motivations and traits that they learn throughout the way stick and help them blossom into the people that they are becoming moving forward. And that's another thing I respect the 2003 show for. Psst, hey. I know you're still watching the video to this point. I don't even have to ask you if you are, but I'm still gonna ask. Are you still watching the video to this point? If you are, prove it to me by commenting down below. Raphael is wise. Comment Raph is wise. Either one, whichever one has the less letters. I'm sure Raph is wise has less letters. I'm not even gonna count it because that just sounds right. So type down below Raph is wise, and it lets me know you watched the videos to this point. Also, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Hit the like. What are you doing? Do me a favor. Comment down below. Do it. So as I said, this episode very much dives into the headspace of Raphael and, his short temper and evaluating him as a person, seeing his flaws, seeing what he can do to improve as not only a hero, but as a son, as a brother, as a turtle, It's very cool just seeing that humanity of him being kind of dissected in this episode. I was going to make a joke about dissection but you know, that applies to frogs in school, and that's sad and kind of disgusting, so I'm not even gonna go there. But the episode is called Meet Casey Jones, so it's very much helmed by Raphael and Casey. They are the star of the show. Heck, they were even the two characters that were on the box art of the DVD. Casey Jones is dope. I think that this is most definitely, no, I don't even think, it's no debate, this is the best on-screen animated adaptation of Casey Jones. I love the 2012 show. Again, that's possibly my favorite incarnation of the Turtles in animated form, but even so, 2003 Casey Jones is just perfection in my eyes. I love the character, I love the design, I love everything that he went through. You know, he's charming, he's still got that hot-headed nature about him, he's a bit of a goofball, you know, he's got a little bit of all the Turtles in him except Donnie. You know, Casey can be smart when he wants to. He may not be the tech-savvy guy, but we've seen instances with him, you know, taking care of Angel and how big his heart is. You know, he cares. He just kind of goes about things in a bit of a loud and brash way, but he could also be annoying. Like, you know, it's bad when a character can even annoy Michelangelo. So yeah, Casey, he's a character. He's definitely a character, and he has his flaws. He's a person, you know, and I think that was just really cool to see that Casey wasn't just this hot-headed vigilante freak that's hung up on beating criminals, and that's the extent of his character. Was that there in the beginning? Was that what they established for him in his first appearance? Yeah, but even in this episode, as his first episode, they added layers to the character. You know, he would crack a joke or two, you know, he had that soft spot for Raph and was able to level with him, you know, see where he's coming from, hear him out. He wasn't just like, oh, you know, I'm gonna beat this turtle to a pulp, that ain't you nothing to me, freak. You know, he made an effort to listen to what Raph had to say eventually, and then they teamed up to fight a greater threat. It was awesome. Psst, hey, I'm checking in again. You're still watching the video, right? I know you are. I know you are. But again, just to prove it, go down in that comment section below and type Casey is cool, right? Casey is cool. That's all I need you to type. It sounds great. It's very catchy, rolls off the tongue. And don't you just want to say it 10 times when you see it on screen? Casey is cool. 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 Casey. I'm not going to put you through that. You do that on your own time, but comment down below. Casey is cool. And again, have you left a like? Honestly, have you left a like? I'm going to be counting. I'm going to be counting the like to comment ratio. So yeah, I'm going to point you out if you hadn't, so you might as well do that so you can be immune to my call outage. You know, there's like a batch of episodes, right? Like if you really wanted to watch some good turtle stories, you didn't have the time to sit down and read a comic for whatever reason, you want to know about Casey and the Turtles and Shredder and Splinter and April and the entire cast, right? There's always like a handful of episodes from especially the 2003 show. I feel you could just give to somebody and be like, hey, these are the quintessential turtle stories that'll introduce you to the characters, and you don't have to ask me anymore. You know, you could have a nice little blueprint to how this universe works, how things roll, how it goes, and you just hand it to them and they're like, wow, you know what, that was pretty turtle-tastic. Like, that was a cowabunga good time, my boy. Like, I'm pretty sure that's like a thing that exists. So for me, Meet Casey Jones is definitely in that batch of episodes. Like, it's one of the ones you have to watch, I feel. If you're not gonna watch every single episode, this is definitely one you want to watch as an establishing episode for not only Casey, but as I said, Raphael. Like, this is one of the more simple ones, but you know, sometimes simple can be super effective. And that's, again, I keep praising the show for knowing how to go about its scripts and how to go about its characters. And honestly, I don't have to keep praising it like this. This is just common knowledge at this point, but it still amazes me how well this show holds up today. Can some of the dialogue be a little cheesy? Yeah, you know, this show was produced for kids. Not only was it produced for kids, but it was produced on a network quite literally titled for kids. And you know, that's just how it goes, you know. But even though it understood its target demographic was children, it never spoke down to them in a way that they wouldn't understand the deeper themes of the show, or the character motivations, or the story, or the characters' relationships with each other. It never really dumbed it down and was like, you know what, we're not even gonna try here with the narrative. They definitely tried, so much so that they paid their respects to the roots of the Turtles and the original Mirage comics. They adapted those stories to a T for the most part, you know, and even when the show did deviate, it still did its best to bring forth quality and not just, you know, leech on the brand name of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles without understanding or appreciating or respecting the legacy that such a brand holds. And I think that's why the show, you know, just hits home for me. Again, I do this at the end of every recap. If you haven't seen the Tmnt 2003 show, please do yourself a favor, get your butt in a seat and watch the show start to finish. If you haven't seen every single episode or you don't have the time to watch every single episode, you just want a handful, I don't know. I'm sure we could recommend each other some of the quintessential episodes down in the comments below. So let's have a conversation about it down in the comments below. Type in TMNT 2003. That's it. Just that simple. Just TMNT 2003 is a phrase. And we will celebrate this awesome show and just have a great time. I know you guys watched to the end. I don't have to ask you anymore. Just have a good time in the comments. I'll be down there chatting it up with you. And yeah, what did you think of me, Casey Jones? Is this one of your favorite episodes? What are your least favorite episodes? What do you think of the 2003 Casey Jones? Let me know everything you have to say about this episode down in the comments below, and we will have a party. So yeah, make sure you tune in this Friday. I got another awesome video for you guys. I have been working my butt off for this channel. I've been working on stuff every single day, whether it's in animation, a drawing, a video, editing, audio, everything. It's just been a whole thing. All that you need to do to support me is seriously hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, and share the video around. That's it. And watch it to the end, because watching the video to the end, you know, it definitely helps way more than you think. But that's it. Okay, I told you all the little stuff you need to do, and now I'm gonna dip and work on the next project. And as always, I've been Geekly, you've been awesome, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cowabunga, dudes.